What's going on, everybody? I'm pro singer David Braley, singer-entertainer that's based out of Phoenix, Arizona, and today we're checking out a Discord request. This next song is by Lisa, and it's called Tsumibito. Here we go. All right. I hope I didn't just destroy the pronunciation of that. It's called Sinner. Great stage presence. Yes. This is going to sound somewhat silly, but notice how big she opens her mouth when she sings. She really sings that north to south, and you could hear it in her tonality. It's not you could hear that there is a portion of her tone that can go almost a little bit too pingy, but she has this north to south singing where she drops her jaw and allows the resonance of the inside of her mouth and her nose and her sinuses, her nasal cavities, all that sort of stuff really allows it to drop and open the tone up. Really listen to it. Her tone's so nice. It's not piercing at all. It just sits just perfectly on the note, just perfectly. Yeah, see that? Dropping it. Great melody line. Yes! You could almost hear like she's starting to crack a little bit into yelling, but it's not like a crack. She's not tired. She's getting excited. And I love that because I'm getting excited for her. I love her melody line. God, look at that audience. Oh man, I just wish there was a break for her. Like, where's the guitar solo coming up? She's singing non-stop. There's really no musical interlude, and it's so hard sometimes to catch your breath. You're in such a big situation, and at the end of the day, while these folks are professionals, 150%, they are professionals. They do this on the regular. They're used to the big audiences. They're still human. You know what I mean? So they still have that adrenaline pump. They're still a human being standing in front of 100,000 people that set all throwing their lights up and moving in tandem and just breathing on every word you have. That will get the adrenaline pumping. That'll get the emotions going. And I can feel it in the song. I could feel it in her music. And she's getting really into it, where she's starting at points, she's starting to include the audience and yell for the audience. And I love that. The fact that she still has the ability to hold on to the note and add a nice vibrato at the end when she's been doing nothing but singing nonstop throughout this entire song, that takes breath control. That's a lot of hard work. This is the type of song you've got to learn how to sing on a treadmill. You've got to get on a treadmill and run and sing this song, because it's the only way you're going to get through it without losing your breath and possibly dying at the end of the song of not having enough oxygen. It's what we'll call them in big band music, you would call it a barn burner. Something that starts off slow and then speeds up really, 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 really fast. I'm talking like double time tempo, which is quite up here. And then it has almost like a patter type of ability in the music line. So it's lots of fast singing and it doesn't stop. It's a difficult thing to do. And like I said, you've got to get your running shoes on and go for a run and sing through this song. You know, if you're boxing, sing through while you're boxing, sing through while you're doing Zumba. Do Zumba to this song. However a performer would need to train themselves to get that breath control and that breath work up, you'd have to do it, because this is a very difficult song, and she's performing it. God knows where this is sitting in her set. Because, I mean, she could have just done 4 or 5 other mind-blowing, crazy songs and then jumped into this, which is just so difficult, you know. She is a consummate professional. She sounds amazing. I love the melody line. I love the freedom she has on the stage, walking around the stage. She really knows what she's doing. She's very well rehearsed, very well practiced. She knows this like the back of her hand, and it shows. Nice. Now that is a musical faux pas right there. Let's go back and just take a little listen. And I'm not saying this as a criticism by any stretch of the imagination. This is just from my experience working with some musicians and them soloing. She sounds great. She sounds great, but when there's a guitar solo, when there's a solo or of any kind, you want to keep the focus on that soloist. Now, again, this is not in any stretch of imagination. Is this a criticism on her part? This is probably something that's written into the song. It sounds phenomenal. She sounds phenomenal. I think it accentuates the guitar part quite well. It just keeps her involved in the song and involved in the moment, and it works. But what I'm going to say to you is that there are musicians out there that when they are soloing, don't go over them. That's stepping on their solo. If you're doing work with session musicians and they get a solo, don't sing over their solo, because that's their chance. That's their spot. This is what they do. Allow them to have the moment and then come back in when you're ready. I'm only speaking about this for it's like it's like unspoken rules, you know. Like, I wouldn't expect, if a guitar player is having a guitar solo, I wouldn't expect the bassist to all of a sudden start soloing or ad-libbing at the same time. It would sound mushy. So we try to do the same with our singers. We allow the soloists their time in the spotlight. We take the time to just regather our voice, especially a song like this. I'm surprised she doesn't want to just not sing for a minute and just look and watch the guitar player, because she's probably knackered, the poor thing. But what she does, obviously, when she sings over the guitar solo, this is how the song was written. This is what she does. I'm totally cool. I think it sounds fantastic. This is just in an environment when you're working with session performers, when you're working with a hired band, you just don't, you want to allow the solos to be the solos for the band and keep it to that, and then sing when you sing, don't sing when they play, that sort of thing. You know what I mean? It's just it's courtesy. It's a common courtesy to the musician, to their solo, to their craft, to their ability. Again, what she did was beautiful. What she did was fantastic. This is just a little bullet point for future. If anybody should want to be a performer in the future, you know, let the soloists have their solo. That's all. And the solo is so badass too. I didn't even talk about how good this guitar solo is. This guitar solo is killing it. Right, paying attention to the musical shifts, really sitting on all the nice chords. Really well done. Beautifully done. Told you she was tired. Yes. I told you she was tired. Even she had to lay down at the end of the song. That was an epic song. So fast, so powerful. She didn't stop. She kept pushing, kept going, kept going, kept going, kept going. That song was so demanding. No wonder she needed to lie down at the end of it. I need to lie down, and I only listened to it. It was so in your face. The breath work that she has to do, the amount of training you have to do to get a song like that out. From what I understand too, I've listened to a few of Lisa's songs, and a lot of her music is quite fast, and it's quite like it's a mouthful. So her phrasing is phenomenal. Her breaks where she breathes are brilliant. She flips up into her head voice. Those little parts, they've got to be well rehearsed, well placed. You've got to do them every single time in the same spot. Because it just becomes how the song is. Once you're well rehearsed enough and you have all these things in your pocket, it's like a walk in the park, these songs. You know what I mean? Which is nuts to think about, because she put her all into that, and it was phenomenal. But it gets to the point where it becomes natural, and that's where she's at. It's natural to her. Yeah, she's tired, because running a marathon, no matter how natural you are at it, running a marathon is difficult, and that's what she just did. Really, really impressive melody line, great notes, great sound. Love the north to south singing, opening her mouth and really getting that tone nice and round. Really enjoying the phrasing, really enjoying her her ability to engage in the audience. She was very free on stage, which is wonderful to watch. And you could tell right through the song, she was getting really excited, and she started to get really into it just before the guitar solo and the ending. And it was excellent, because it's infectious. You know, her energy is infectious. Guys, I had a blast with that song. I hope you did too. Until next time, I'll catch you all on the flippity flop. Cheers, guys. Bye.